Hi, my name's Jennifer, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a bit of a quick chatty video talking about what's been going on, what books I've read this week and some books I've picked up recently from the library. As I'm filming this, it's Friday, I've just finished work. I was working from home today and I think we're going to have quite a quiet weekend. Last weekend was busy because my sister got married, which was lovely. The wedding was meant to be last year, but it was postponed because of the pandemic. So it eventually did happen last weekend, which was great, but was quite tiring. So this weekend, the only thing I actually have planned is I've got a salon appointment tomorrow for a facial and a back massage, which I like to have usually once a month, which is very indulgent, but I like it. Other than that, I think hopefully I'm going to get a lot of reading done, maybe watch a little bit of TV, maybe have some naps. I thought I would just show you some of the books I've read over the last week or so. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because I'll go through that in my end of the month wrap up. But I thought I would just mention what I've read recently. I think I've read 8 books so far this month and none of them have been below a 3-star, which is really unusual for me because I'm quite harsh in my star ratings. So to have nothing yet below a 3-star is actually really good. Although I think I have DNF 1 or 2 books, but I think I DNF them like right near the start of them. So that's fine, that doesn't matter. Anyway, what I've read over the last week or so. First up is Lament by Kwon Yo Sun. I like this a lot. This is a Korean crime novel, but not quite a crime novel. We follow a cold case. So a high school girl was murdered, I think maybe like 20 years ago, and we follow her sister now in the current day and some of the other people involved. And it's quite an odd book. It's quite unusual, slightly ambiguous in some ways, but when I got to the end of it, I kind of wanted to go back to the start and read it all over again, which I haven't done. But I need someone to read this, please. Has anyone read this? Can someone read this and come and talk to me about it? Because, without saying too much, I feel like there's more going on in this book than meets the eye. So I need someone else to read it, please, and talk to me about it. Also this week I read Box Hill by Adam Mars Jones, which is my favourite book of this month so far. This is great. The writing in this book is brilliant. So this follows a young man, he's 18, and he gets involved in a relationship with an older man who is a biker. And the relationship is kind of slightly ambiguous in its nature. Is it an abusive relationship? Is it a dominant submissive relationship? It's quite uncomfortable to read for the most part, but it's very, very good. So I need to think about how I'm going to talk about this in my wrap up, but very good. And then the book I finished last night is The Henna Wars by Adiba Jagidar. This is a book I've meant to read for a number of months now. This is a YA book set in Dublin, and we follow the main character Nishat, who is gay. She comes out to her parents who don't take it very well, and then she's outed at school. So she has to deal with all of that, and at the same time she has a crush on another girl at her school called Flavia, and there's quite a bit in here as well about cultural appropriation, which is actually dealt with really well and in a really sensitive way. This is great. I really like this book. There's a lot going on, but it's well written. It deals with a lot of sort of difficult topics in a really great accessible way. So yeah, that's great. I thought I'd talk about some books I've picked up from the library. So I picked up a load of these today at lunchtime. A couple of them I picked up I think last weekend, but I don't think I've mentioned them yet. So I'll just show you what I've got. I've got Burnt Coat by Sarah Hall. I've never read anything by Sarah Hall before, and to be honest I've not even heard of her, but she's been like nominated for the Booker Prize twice. So this I think is pandemic-y, and it looks like it's set in sort of short very short little sections. It's meant to be, I think, a bit weird. I don't know much about it, but I'll probably get to this in the next few days or so. Then we have True Story by Kate Reid Petty, which I've wanted to read this for a while. I don't know if it was published last year, but my library's only just got a copy. Yeah, it was last year. So I believe this is about an assault, but then it's told through, I think, like 4 different genres. And I don't know much about it, but it's meant to be very good. So, next we have some Japanese crime fiction. This is Newcomer by Keigo Higashino. I read Malice by this author a few years ago, and I know I gave that 5 stars. And also I've read The Devotion of Suspect X, which I believe I liked a lot. Don't know much about this book, but I do like Japanese crime fiction, so I picked that up. Then we've got a Christmassy book. This is A Christmas Party by Georgette Heyer. I've read some of her crime novels before. She also wrote some romance novels. I've not read any of those. But this sounds like your classic sort of Christmas murder mystery. 6 holiday guests find themselves as suspects in a murder inquiry when the old Scrooge, who owns a substantial estate, is found stabbed in the back. There's a locked room, and it's Christmas, so I'm looking forward to that one. Next I picked up an Ishiguro, A Pale View of Hills. This is his debut novel. I think someone dropped it in the bath, it wasn't me. And so I've read several Ishiguro's books. I think I've mentioned him a few times before. I've got a copy of The Unconsoled up there, which I'm hoping to get to next year. But I thought I'd pick this up because I've heard a couple of people mention this one recently for some reason. And it sounds intriguing, and I think it's got a good ending, which always makes me want to read a book if I know it's got a good ending. So yeah, hopefully get to this in the next week or 2. Then we've got some short stories. This is Death in Venice by Thomas Mann. Not read any Thomas Mann before. I can't remember why I ordered this one. I must have heard someone talk about it. Has anyone read this? So Death in Venice is the last story in this collection. I don't know why that is. And I don't know whether I should read them all or start with that one and then go back to the others if I like it. Let me know if you have any thoughts on that. And then the final library book I picked up is Swimming Home by Deborah Levy, which I'm going to be reading for my reading group at the library. I picked this one actually. I missed the reading group last weekend because I was at my sister's wedding, and I missed the one before because I was at the Hendo, so I haven't been for it'll have been 3 months. So yeah, I picked this one from the list that the library has of reading group sets for us, because I wanted to read it, and it looks kind of a bit unusual in its form. I'm always a bit concerned when I pick the reading group selection, because my tastes are usually slightly weirder, slightly darker, just a bit more unusual than the taste of a lot of the other members of the group. So usually when I think I'm going to like a book, generally a lot of the others are not going to like it. But this is only quite short, so that goes in its favour. And then I thought I would just show you what I'm reading at the moment. I started this late last night. I think it was 12:30. I'm only on page 10. This is Manifesto by Bernardine Evaristo, which is Bernardine's memoir. I'm already loving it, even though I am only on page 10. I need to read more of Bernardine's novels. I've only read Girl, Mum and Other. I want to read Mr. Loverman, but my library doesn't have a copy. I might try and buy myself a copy. So yeah, I'm probably going to get through this over the weekend, and then I think at the same time as reading this, I might read some short stories. So this is The Mistletoe Murder and Other Stories by P.D. James. I got this secondhand a little while ago, so I feel like I kind of want to get a start on my Christmassy reading. Because I've got a couple. Have I got a couple? Yeah, I've got a couple of Christmassy books up there, and then I ordered a couple more from the library as well. I've ordered a May Gray short story collection, which is Christmassy, and I've also ordered, I think it's called Hercule Poirot's Christmas, which I've read before. I've read all the Poirots before, like several times, but I've not read any Poirot for a while, so I feel like it would be good to head to that at this time of year. So that's everything. Yeah. Let me know in the comments below what you've been up to, what you're reading, how your month's going. I'm going to go and have a nice bath now, read some book, finish my hot chocolate, and hopefully have a nice chilled weekend. So I hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.